Welcome back to my channel. I don't know why I'm laughing like a witch when I look like a rag doll. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I hope you like my makeup. Tried to look all, festive for everybody. Like I said, I'm a rag doll. I normally try to dress up for Halloween and it never works out, but this is like the first time it's actually worked out. So if you haven't noticed, this month I have decorated. I have some pumpkins. I have a one-eyed skull because the eyeball's missing for some reason. I don't know. I have a little trick-or-treat sign and a little sign to highlight my podcast, Pick With The Tab podcast. If y'all ever want to listen, it's me and two of my friends just talking about stuff. And it's available wherever you listen to podcasts. Okay, so enough with the chit chat. Let's get to October's TBR. So I'm going to read 4 books. And I tell you all why in the last video I posted. Just a little recap. I am not this kind of reader that can read 8 books a month. I wish I was, because every time I watch a haul or a TBR, I'm always like, ooh, I want to read that right now. Ooh, I want to read that right now. Ooh, I want to read that right now. And I simply can't. And I realized this, and I'm glad I realized this, because now I feel more managed. So I have 4 books, and 3 of them, I'm not sure which direction I'm going to go. But I have 2 for sure books. Okay, so, I have 3 for sure books, and then there's 1 book that I am going to pick of 3, if that makes any sense. So first, I'm going to read The End of October by Lawrence Wright. This book is about a pandemic. It came out this year. Weird, right? It's about a pandemic that spreads across the whole world, shutting down government offices, religious services, like you name it. It sounds just like what we're going through right now. There is one guy who is working with the CDC to try to find a cure for what's been going on. So it says in the inside cover that it's like this thriller full of like political and scientific intrigue. So I'm excited to read this. Now the books I'm reading for the month are mostly scary or mostly kind of thriller-ish, and this is a thriller, but I also chose this just because October is in the title, and I thought it would be kind of cool to read a book with October in the title during the month of October, because I'm corny like that. So this is the first book. The second book is the next book I'm reading is The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. This book is about some book clubbers, or I guess it focuses on one woman from a book club, and they're slaying vampires. I haven't read too much into this because I kind of don't want to. I kind of want to go into this blind. I know that this is like horror. I keep hearing that it's horror. That's what it is. This will be my first horror book. I normally do not like scary movies. I normally do not like to watch horror, but I have this feeling that reading it is going to be a different experience. Like maybe it'll be a little bit more digestible, because I can pick it up, put it down whenever I feel it's necessary. So this is next on my list. I'm really excited to read this. Ever since I got it, I've been wanting to read it. Since I've heard about it being released this year, I've been wanting to read it. So I'm glad it's finally that time. I can get to it. I'm so excited. The third book I'm reading for sure is The Year of the Witching by, hold on, let me get her name, Alexis Henderson. And this is a Black author, and I am excited to read this because I haven't read a lot of horror, but there also aren't a lot of Black horror authors talked about. And so I'm excited to pick this up. This book is about a young girl named Emmanuel, I believe, and she was born... I don't think she was supposed to be born, in a way that like her mom slept with a man who was of an opposite race, and Emmanuel was considered an abomination. So she tries to live a life of, just goodness and wholesomeness, but that kind of gets flipped when she gets sucked into this cult thing, I think with some other witches. I don't know if she's a witch, but she finds out that her mom was kind of like a part of this kind of society. I'm gonna call it a society because I don't know what it is. Was a part of this society, and Emmanuel realizes that in order to save either she's trying to save these women or she's trying to save her town. But either way, she realizes that she's the key to save whatever it is she's trying to save. So I'm excited to read this one. I haven't heard anyone talk about it, but I have a feeling it's going to be really, really good. The next book, so the next books I'm going to be talking about, I'm not too sure of which one I'm going to choose from. So maybe y'all can help me. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think will best suit me and the Halloween season. So the first book I have is a palate cleanser because I'm thinking that, okay, if I read all these scary horror books, I'm gonna need like a break, right? So my first pick is Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. This book is about a girl who goes to Italy to learn more about her father, I believe. And it's a YA romance, and I'm like, okay, this is like the perfect palate cleanser. This is an easy book. I'm sure it's going to be an easy book to get through. It's going to be easy to read, and I'll just feel all warm and fuzzy inside after reading about death and horror and darkness. Right? So this is the first one I'm not 100% sure of. My next two books I don't have. But I think I have both of them on hold at my library. So the first book is Catherine House. This book is written by Elizabeth Thomas, and it is about this girl who is trying to, well, Catherine House is like this prestigious school. You go there for 3 years, but it's complete deprivation of anything from the outside world. So like no cell phone, no internet, no email, none of that. And so, but the reward is great because by the end of it, you can get a very, very, very good job, as some of the alumni have had. So the main character, I believe her name is Inez, she gets accepted and she goes, but then she's discovering like these really dark secrets about the school that she's not too cool with. So I don't know if I'm gonna read this just because I have heard good reviews and I've heard bad reviews. And I don't want to waste my time, but I also really want to read this book just because everyone talks about it, and it's another Black author writing horror. I'm really, really nervous about pacing. I hate slowly paced books. So that's the second one. And then the third one on my list is The Secret History by Donna Tartt. This one is also one of those books that either you love or you hate, and I have heard both sides. And this book is about, I think it's again about some kids who go to a school and they have good intentions doing something, but then they become corrupt towards the end. So I don't know if I'm gonna read this one either, just because again I don't want to waste my time, and Donna Tartt writes some really thick books, so I don't know if I'm gonna get to this one. The last book I'm gonna talk about, I am not gonna read for the month of October, but if you recall from my last video, I said that I was going to be purchasing one book by a Black author from a Black-owned bookstore every month. So the book I have chosen is, drumroll please, Grown by Tiffany Jackson. And I'm getting this book from Sankofa Video Books and Cafe in Washington, D.C. This book is about a girl. Her name is Enchanted, and she wants to be a singer. It kind of like gives me like, you know, the R. Kelly trial vibes in a way, but different. This is a murder mystery. So yeah, so Enchanted wants to be a singer, and she's taken under the wing of this singer, this popular singer. His name is Corey. And so she's spending a lot of time with Corey. However, Corey ends up dead, and all fingers are pointing at her. So I'm really excited to get this book. Don't know when I'm gonna read it. Probably sometime next year, because I'm pretty locked in for the rest of this year. But the cover's yellow, which is my favorite color. I might read it in like the springtime just because the cover is so nice, even though it's like a really dark topic. But I'm excited to get to this book too. Okay, those are all the books I'm planning on reading for the month of October. Well, those are, hold on, I gotta fix my decoration. Those are a majority of the books I'm going to be reading for the month of October, and a few I'm not too sure of. But thank you all for watching. Please stay safe out there, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Bye!